One of the least likely things to consider as you prepare to settle are the more delicate legal arrangements that you might already have in place or you might need now to alter. I'm talking about your will and whether you need to alter your power of attorney. Sometimes people never stop to consider what might happen if I was suddenly to die, to my children or my estate, when they are young and early into a marriage. But now that you are facing the reality of being independent to your spouse, what arrangements should you have in place in case of the worst case scenario becoming a reality? Now is a really good time to consider whether your will needs to change or whether you need to draft one. Should you become incapacitated or need legal representation, who might you appoint to have power of attorney over decisions such as your children or your financial affairs? And do you or should you set up a family trust? Trust can be a useful way to protect assets you would like to stay in your family for the long term, irrespective of what happens to you or any future partners you might choose. This can be an area that there are a lot of questions about, so let's ask Kalev Crossland to help us out here. Hi again, Kalev.
Hi, thanks for inviting me on.
So what do people need to consider in terms of protection for their estate and their family?
First point, money. Typically in a relationship there will be a joint bank account where people will have single signing authority. It's perfectly legal for one party to actually drain an entire bank account, and there's nothing you can do about that. In related vein, credit cards, same deal. So again, in terms of your pre-planning, so that you're not a complete heel, maybe just take out 50% of all of those and cancel the supplementary credit card. So those are some easy steps to take. There will be potentially a lot of legal arrangements that have been built up over the years, and I think we're going to be talking about powers of attorneys and wills, but as a general piece of information, maybe make a list of all of those interconnections, financial and legal, and then take some advice on that. Indeed, sometimes if you are considering separation, rather than announcing it and then going to see your lawyer, go and get the legal advice first, work out your position, and then strategically plan how you're going to take your next step.
Why are powers of attorney an important thing to consider?
So Bridgette, there are two types of power of attorney, one dealing with your health and well-being, and the second type is dealing with your property and financial affairs. Of those, you can have temporary and enduring. So enduring, continue on without any particular limit. So let's just focus on an enduring power of attorney relating to your financial affairs. If you've separated from somebody and there are minor children, that's a very, very powerful tool for someone who you're now in a contest with to have. So again, in terms of pre-planning, going to see the lawyers, going through a checklist, that is something that you will want to revoke.
What are family trusts and why do people need to consider them?
Big topic, but let's bring it back to our current context of love and romance. Often it is a really great time to do it where you've had your first bust up, you've lost half your wealth, and hopefully you've learned a lesson. So that is a great time to set up a family trust, because you may have some children whose inheritance you want to protect, and you don't know how this new relationship is going to work out. So any lawyer will tell you now's a great time to get a family trust before entering into that new relationship.
So is there any available resources that people can get access to?
Tons of resources. Get yourself educated and informed, understand the purpose of wills, powers of attorney and family trusts, which we've just mentioned before, and also property agreements before entering into a relationship, or in fact before it's hit the 3-year mark where the law will impose an outcome on you.
Thanks for joining me.
You're welcome.
Don't be daunted by these things. Think of these legal structures as protection mechanisms to future-proof your affairs and your children's well-being. Act now to get your life in order. It's the best time to do it.